Hey, YouTube family, Auntie is here, Patty Jackson. It's not cute not knowing, and I've got so many little tidbits to throw on you as we go into this weekend. Let's start it with a hug, because you never know, somebody might need a hug. How you guys doing? I got to tell you about my last night. I host concerts on Thursday nights in the summertime at a music venue, the Dell Music Center. Well, last night we had Gladys Knight. She was amazing. She looks amazing. She was amazing. She did all the songs, and I'm the type, I just remember the obscure songs. She did a song in the soundtrack of Claudine, The Makings of You. It was a song that Curtis Mayfield, he did it, produced it. Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin did it, but it was Gladys's version. Great, great love song. Only about 2 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm such a music junkie. How come I be knowing the times? Anywho, I love that song. I wanted to fall out the chair last night when she did it. I was like, she's doing the makings of you. She did all the hits, and she looks amazing. It was so good to honor this woman last night, because Gladys Knight, who is known as the Empress of Soul, is such a treasure. Such a treasure. And I shared a lot on my IG page at WDAS Patty, but she was amazing. Kenny Lattimore, his vocal stylings, he's married to Judge Faith Jenkins. She was there last night, and the hip-hop violinist, Damien Escobar, who was amazing as well. Tyrese, he's broken up with his girlfriend. The one where he was shaving her hair on social media. He says he had to break up with her, and that he is fighting to get away from her devilish allure. She is probably sitting somewhere glad that they broke up. If you're ever going out with somebody and they break up with you, but you're not mad, you're like, oh, thank you. Like, you do it. You do the breaking up, and you just go along, just go away. She's probably glad to be away, because I'm sure there was just interesting moments with Tyrese. Singer Ashanti is now an author. Her new book, it's a children's book, My Name is a Story, it's coming out. Let's talk R. Kelly. Is he getting married in jail? Jocelyn Savage is referring to R. Kelly as his fiance. She wrote a letter to the judge asking for leniency so that he wouldn't get a 30-year prison sentence. And he did. It's another trial coming up August the 1st. Sources say the two could get married during lockdown, his lockdown, 30 years. In the letter to the judge, Jocelyn Savage, who has turned her back on her family, says that R. Kelly is the best thing that ever happened to her. He is sweet. He is kind. He is always there to support her. They are deeply in love. She's 26 years old. And when you're 20s, I always say your brain ain't really formed. You gotta go through life. You can do dumb things. I ended my 29s on a bang. 20s, you still. Many people feel she is brainwashed, but Jocelyn says, do not feel sorry for me. I am not a victim. She says that R. Kelly needs to be home, surrounded by his loved ones. He is a great man. He is great for her. She's probably still being able to be supported because they took a lot from him. A lot of people dropped him, but I think he has hidden money for her to not return to her family and still live the way. Do you think they will get married in prison? Do you think this is something that she'll just wisen up and grow out of? But it is a very serious thing. At the movies, it's Thor, Love and Thunder. It's in theaters. Last night, it took in $29 million. It's going to be number one. I mean, it costs a lot, but it's going to be number one. Here's what you need to know. Actor Christian Bale, you're not even going to recognize him. He is the villain. He's got so many prosthetics on in the makeup. Natalie Portman, she's really the new Thor. And her arms, I'm like so fascinated with arms. Her arms are amazing. She underwent a 10-month physical regime to turn herself into this new Thor. And Thor, okay, Thor's character, Chris Hemsworth, his Thor used to date her. So when he finds out that she's the new Thor, when he comes out of retirement because they need him to fight the villain, he's like, what? The thing about Marvel movies, there will be these funny moments, but Natalie Portman, if you go see it, her arms, they're just amazing. When she grabs that handle, it's something. But Thor, Love and Thunder is in theaters. It's a new honor for Beyonce. She is in good company with Sir Paul McCartney and the late King of Pop, Michael Jackson, having 20 top 10 titles. With Break My Soul, it went right to number 1. She is the first woman to have this and third person in history. Simone Bile says it was such an honor to be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the U.S. highest honor. She was honored soccer sensation Megan Rapinoe, the late Steve Jobs, Apple founder, the late Senator John McCain, and others. Now, Denzel Washington was not there, and he's one of the honorees, but he got COVID, and he's not able to travel. This is a reminder that it is still amongst us. It's still here. Got to be careful, y'all. Now, ceremonies are going to take place later where they'll have musical performances and stuff like that, but last night they were given awards. Trey Songz, some good news for him finally. The sexual assault lawsuit that was filed against him has been dropped. Trey, stay out of trouble and come out with music. I do a podcast, Patty and the Millennials. I'm the baby boomer. There's Gen X millennials. There's men, there's women, and it's great conversation. This week we talk about summer dating tips for 2022. Now you may be saying to yourself, Auntie, I'm booed up. I don't need to know about that. I'm married. I don't need to know about that. Yes, you do. So you can always be there to help your single friends. So what are some of the hot trends? Dry dating. I know. What's dry dating? Dry dating is when you go on a date and you drink no alcohol. People want to be conscious, they want to be aware, they want to be in the moment, and they don't want alcohol to get in the way. Another dating trend is phubbing. Yes, phubbing. Phubbing. What is phubbing? Phubbing is when you're on a date, you're paying more attention to the damn phone than you are to the person that you're with. We have all seen that. Come on, you've gone to places and be like, they just stay on their phones. You ever walk into a room full of people, everybody on the phone, nobody's looking up, nobody's talking, but phubbing can get in the way of getting to know, because how do you get to know somebody if you never look up from your devices? There's a weekend version that I do. Check it out. It's fancy. It has pictures, and I've got a young lady who is so good and puts it together, LaShawna Simon, the weekend edition. Have a great weekend, everybody. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Leave a comment. Auntie loves the comments, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, or tell your friends to subscribe. Between the faces, the stories, the new slang terms, all of that stuff, it's just like it's like a nice bowl of gumbo. You're going to be able to get it all. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Have a great one. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.